and welcome to what I'm calling Epiphany Tuesday. I usually make Tuesdays a bit tactical because, the alliteration of the T and the T, but I had an epiphany this morning following a conversation held with my husband in the car yesterday, and it's been mulling over in my brain all day, and every time I come back to it, I see it everywhere. I am seeing it everywhere. Now, I am not entirely sure if Facebook is showing me it about. There were some Facebook things happening today. I've had some technology issues again today. So if you're on the call and I'm not recognizing you, it's because I can't see you, so I apologize for that. However, I'm going to get going with my epiphany for today. There is this incredible disconnect between our vision or our goal or our desire and the process we have to go through to get there. Now, my husband was explaining this to me. He had heard Bishop T.D. Jakes talking to Stephen Furtick about it, and it would have been in a completely different context if you know either of those two gentlemen. But it got me thinking about part of my challenge when I can see a vision or a goal or an intention or a desire so clearly. It's almost like I can taste it, I can feel it, it's a part of me, and I get so incredibly frustrated by the process. Early on in this coaching journey, if you go back 10 years now, I talk about how much I hate journey. Hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. Just get me to the destination, just get me to the destination. I'm impatient. Once I've thought something, I've expected it to be executed. And I have been really, I was right back in the beginning, very, very disrespectful of the process of the journey. And while I'm a little bit more, while I'm a little less impatient about the journey, there's a disconnect between what I see my vision to be and where I am in the process of being able to realize that vision is still quite enormous. Now, we all like to have those aha moments where we go, this is the thing I'm going to do. I was born to do this. I'm going to do it. And we have a great Tiny Robbins in the moments, and we feel fantastic and awesome and wonderful, and we want to ride that feeling forever. Francis Harvey, welcome back. Yay! Thank you for letting me know that you're here. So we want to ride this feeling, this feeling of expansiveness, this feeling like nothing's impossible, this feeling as though I've got it, I know exactly what I'm focused on, I know exactly where I'm headed, I know exactly the resources that I need. But then we get pulled back in and we get sucked into the process. For me, I usually get tripped up around technology not working. I have since discovered that I love technology. It just doesn't always do the things I want it to do the way I want it to do it, how I want it to do it, and when I want it to do it. Essentially, it is not a slave. So if somebody's got the AI technology to help me with that, I would like to be there. I sound a bit echoey. I'm sorry, I don't quite know what to do with that. If that's any better, that would be fantastic. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I apologize. I haven't been able to make my headphones work today either, Francis. It's been awesome. Okay, so let me explain another way I see this disconnect between the vision or the goal or the desire or where we want to end up and the process, where we are in the process on the journey of getting there. This incredible tension that a lot of us as clinicians have when we are selling our time for money. We're selling our time for money. It's an hour by hour or session by session basis, and we continue to sell our time for money and sell our time for money. And then one day you wake up and you go, I don't want to do this anymore. I now need an alternative stream of income. And we get all excited about the course or the book or the retreat or the membership site or the other thing that we're going to do, and we embark on that process, and then it gets hard. And then we get the tension between I need to earn this much money from seeing people in chairs every day or people in my clinic every day versus the tension of I need to invest some of that time in bringing this alternative stream of income to life. And then we're trying to manage this tension. I don't want my income to dip, but I haven't got any time left. I don't want my income to dip, I haven't got any time left. So the disconnect between where we are in the vision is stuck in the process. We are stuck in this process. Another way I see it happening is when you're creating your recurring stream of income and you've spent all this freaking time and you've got it and you've got your product and you've got your service and you're feeling really good about it and you're exhausted by it, but you're feeling quite jubilant about it, and then there's no energy, time, or money left for you to market and sell that thing. So you might have realized your dream, I've got this product and service, but you haven't got the revenue that you wanted from it because you haven't got the time, the energy, or the income to actually go and now put that thing to market and let people know that it exists. So again, we get this disconnect where we are in the process. There is so much information available on the interweb telling us how easy it is to get an alternative stream of income up. Just do this, just do that, just do this, just do that, just do this, just do that. And here's your 7-step system, and here is the process. But seriously, people are going to execute. We've got to learn. Learning is a process. Learning is a journey. If you've never used an email autoresponder before, you have to learn how to do that. If you've never created a Facebook ad before, you've got to learn how to do that. If you've never filled an event before, you've got to learn how to do that. Learning is a process. It's not just a divine right because you have this idea and this is my goal, and if I sit here and think about it, all the people will come to improve. There's got to be action taken around it. So the first thing we've got to do is actually understand that this is going on. That I've got this vision and this goal or this desire over here, and I'm really, really connected to it. I really want it to come to pass, but I'm stuck here in the process. And that process could be I don't have the knowledge, that process could be I don't have the resources, that process I just don't know what to do, that could be I don't think this is working. Then we've got all the other tangible things like I'm not good enough, nobody wants to buy my stuff, nobody wants to listen to me speak, no one's going to buy my course. So we set up all of our own self-sabotaging behaviours to reinforce the catastrophic behaviours and thoughts that we've got going on in our heads. So if we can see and understand that where we want to get to requires us to go through a process, then maybe we're not going to be quite so hard on ourselves all the time when it's taking longer and it doesn't feel good anymore. And I've been doing it for 4 years and I still haven't got the results. When it looks like everybody else is living the lifestyle that I want. So what do we do with that? So it's all well and good to recognise it, and that's one of the first things I think we need to do, is that the disconnect between, hey, this is where I want to be, and this is where I'm at, and there's a disconnect here, I need something to disconnect, to connect me. A lot of people think it's the 7-step system. It's quite often not, just putting that out there. We need to appreciate and respect this phenomenon. Okay, I think that's the first thing we need to do is go, oh yeah, I remember this thing that I was connected to over here and I've given up because the process got hard, or I've given up because I got bored, or I've given up because it didn't feel good anymore, or I've given up because everyone else made it look easy and I couldn't, so I felt like a failure. The best way I know how to help anybody deal with that is to stop waiting for the big, miraculous, oh my God, my video went viral moment, and to celebrate the small steps of progress along the way. I was able to do this with a coaching client today where I could go, hey, 12 months ago when we started working together, this is where you're at, and you've already told me you've made very different decisions about where you're at this time this year. And she was like, yeah, but I haven't got this, and I haven't done that, and I haven't got this, and I haven't done that. And I'm like, oh, hang on a minute. But what you have changed is your boundaries. What you have changed is how you manage your diary. What you have changed is the therapy practices full. What you have changed is you've got an amazing alternative stream of income, which is into, it's not in its first year, it's now in 3rd or 4th year, and it's got a national presence. Like, come on, you didn't have that 12 months ago. So it's important that we celebrate the small steps along the way to help us see where we're going to the process to the end goal. And that's not necessarily going to look the same for everybody. That's why I'm a big believer in functional milestones rather than smart goals. So what are the milestones that we actually want to achieve along the way? Frances, I hope you don't mind, but when I started working with Frances, I set her an income goal where she really laughed at me. It wasn't even a 5-figure a month income goal. And she laughed at me. She goes, I could never do that. People triple it now. And she never talks to me about fear of money. She just knows that the revenue will come and she keeps doing the right things because we've gone through that process. We've realised that goal and we've dealt with some of that mindset stuff along the way. Frances, if that was a problem for you, please let me know, honey, and I'll take the video then. So we need to celebrate the small steps towards the progress of the goal. And I am talking to myself as much as I am talking to everyone else, because I was frustrated as all heck that I haven't got my insurance applications in this week, waiting on information, that I'm waiting on the bank to do the things that the bank needs to do, that I can't find the talent that I need to put into my team, that I haven't got my Unity Entrepreneurial Commission perfect the way I want it set up. You know, if I'm not celebrating the small steps along the way, I'm going to make myself sick, I'm going to burn myself out, and I'm going to be no use to anyone. So I hope this has been a really useful, and seriously, that was such an epiphany for me today, and I hope that it's been great for you as well. So until tomorrow, when we're all going to come back, and it's going to be an awesomely hot day here in the greater Western Sydney. This is Private Practice, and go be your awesome self.